good morning. I could start out this morning with a smile on my face because I just got to crack it up. I've been cracking the freak up. I was serious starting out, like seriously for real. I was so serious about the like, hello. Hey, special spirit, likes, hi, new subscribers. But then my daughter, she came in, she says, oh, you already getting set up? I said, yeah. And I'm going to go ahead and do my makeup. And she said, well, you know, you about to have a bunch of noise like this thing. The neighbors get up. I said, yeah, I wish I could have got up earlier. But I edited a painting yesterday. I did a coloring and painting. And it was like, I think 2 some hours long. And I had to edit it. And when I tell you, it relaxed me. It knocked me to freak out. I went to bed. I put it up. I went to go lay down for a few minutes. And I was going to release it. And child, freaking dog crying early this morning. And child, oh my God, I fell asleep and never released it. That pain and knocked me out because I had the headphones on, listening while I'm editing it, and it just relaxed my mind down to my toes. I was knocked the freak out. So my daughter said, well, Mom,
before I close my eyes, beautiful, timeless life. Imagine you touch me, send tingles down my spine. You help me feel.
I'm just gonna sit with you for a little bit. She said yesterday felt so good, didn't it? I said, yeah, it did feel good. And we both like walked around here with like natural black eyes. We both got like dark rings. Even though I'm dark skinned, I got like huge dark ring around my eye. Like if you look real close, it literally look like the blood is not circulating. But it do look better because I did put some L'Oreal Paris on there this morning and moisturize my face while my daughter was sitting here. I'm at my primer now. So she was sitting here. She said, I never sat and really watched you do your eyebrows before. I said, oh, you can watch me do my makeup if you want to. So as long as she said, yeah, I was just getting started with my makeup. So as you can see, Spirit Girl did her eyebrows right. And while she was talking to me, she was like, Mom, it felt so good having the doors open, the blinds open, letting some sun in the house. She said, I feel like we haven't had no sun. We've been in the dark for days and now weeks. And basically the house is kind of type dark, you know. The only lighting not really good is from the sun and these ratchet lights. I need some new ones. I need some up-to-date ones. I thought when I got extra money I would buy lights. No, this pandemic happened. I'm not buying no lights. Forget that. I'm not buying nothing that's gonna keep me from not being able to eat if it get worse or things don't get better. I know things are gonna get better, but we still need to be on a tight budget. We do not need to let our eyes off the ball, the walls down. We do not need to turn our back, okay? We do not need to go back into sleep. We all need to continue staying woke. If this didn't wake you up, child, you in a freaking coma. So while I was doing my eyebrows, my daughter said, Mom, she said the house just felt so pretty and nice. Didn't it feel nice? I said, yeah, Nadine, it felt really, really nice. It was beautiful yesterday because, you know, I cleaned up the studio. Yeah, I know I mentioned that. I'll mention it again because I'm so proud that I got the studio, you know, pretty clean. Not clean, but nice and eerie and relaxing looking, you know, which is nice. I'm sitting up there. I'm getting my eyebrows done, right? And I said to myself, well, my daughter is in here and I've been doing my makeup for freaking, how long it's been, y'all? How long it's been since 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, was like, I'm gonna try to look confident. Like seriously, I'm gonna really try to look confident doing my eyebrows. So I'm sitting up there like this. And I did it real fast because I know it normally take me a long time to do my eyebrows. I did it real fast because I wanted my daughter to be like, oh my God, Mom, I'm so proud of you. Like you came a long way with doing your eyebrows and your makeup and stuff like that, right? So once I was finished, right, my daughter took a look at my eyebrows. She only seen one. She seen one from one side. So she was like, I turned around and I was like, and she was like, okay. I thought both of them was square, and one was square, one was round. Child, when I tell you my daughter's whole body fell out, she laughed so freaking hard. She couldn't even control herself no more. She laughed so hard. She's like, Mom, I'm not dealing with you. She's like, you crazy. I can't. And I think what made her laugh was, she was like, Mom, your eyebrows. And I was like, in what? In what? And she was like, okay, why one round, why one square? And I was like, because this is what happens when I do my eyebrows. She fell out so hard. She said, Mom, she said, then why you say in what? Like, you knew your eyebrows was on fleek. I said in what? Because I knew I already jacked it up and I knew you was going to, like, say something, but I didn't know you was going to fall the freak out. She tried to hold her laugh, but the more she held it, the more she fell out, right? So I'm sitting here, we talking, and we basically talking about the neighbors. Don't tell nobody. But yeah, we was talking about how every morning they running their tails out to get breakfast. Anything I'm hungry, maybe we should go get breakfast. Just like, no, Mom, we're not going out there. Yesterday I tried to get me and Nadine to leave the house. And Jane was like, no, don't go out there, Mom. Don't go out there yet. Stay in the house. Because I was just going to go and just try to, get some air from the sun. You know what I'm saying? Because Nadine, I look like I got a natural black eye. Nadine is a lot lighter. So she looked like she got in a fight at a grocery store. You know what I mean? And I want to say she won, but she didn't win this fight because Nadine got two black eyes too. I got two black eyes. Nadine got two black eyes, okay? So we definitely need some sun. We definitely need some sun. I just thank God I'm dark skinned that I can put on eyeshadow and you won't know. You won't know that my eyes are dark. I'm sitting here and I'm just putting on my moisturizer, right? So when I put on my moisturizer and I got the moisturizer in my hand and I'm just doing my face. My daughter, she was looking at me, she was just like, and I looked at her, like I looked at her and she was like, I can't. She fell the freaking. I said, okay, that's it. It's time for you to it is time for you to get the freak out. And she's like, Mom, it's just funny. I can't. You're too funny. I was like, funny? I was like, how? What am I doing? I'm not doing anything. She's like, I don't know what it is, but you got me cracking up. I can't watch you twitch your makeup, boy. I just can't do it, and my stomach will be hurting. So I fell out laughing, and my stomach was killing me just from laughing at her, laughing at me. But yeah, I still came a long way. I know that, follow the rules or anything when it comes to makeup. Who do we care? I don't care. Shoot. It's makeup. It's fun. And it's relaxing. Give me a piece of bubble yum, y'all. Bubble yum. Okay. Now that I got my makeup on, I'm going to go ahead and put some primer on real quick. So yeah. Okay, y'all. I want to talk. Like, I know that's not a surprise. Don't y'all blame me, okay? But yeah, I watched the whole season of Little Fires. Oh my God. I want to talk about the end. And this is for people who watch Little should be the end. Uh, those families, those characters, or um, the end of those stories. Do y'all think that Little Fire should start season 2 with like a whole new group of people? Wouldn't that be freaking awesome? Cause I like the way Little Fires had ended. I liked it the way it really ended. It ended good. Like it left your mind to thinking different ways. Like for instance, at the end, oh my God, at the end, what Elena, 3 children did to her, did to the family. Oh my God. And did you see how Elena took the blame for her 3 children? Her 3 children, she took the blame. Oh my God. And then we gotta just wonder what happened to Izzy. Like my mind went where maybe at least now she don't have the false notion believing that her mom like always truly loved her or care about her. She'll never have to wonder or make up in her mind that she's don't have answers if why her mother treated her the way she did. And now she could go ahead on with her life, or is she gonna go on with her life and be destructive, or is she gonna leave that family and become positive and make something of her life and not try to fit in a family that she don't belong or she don't feel like she belong in? And then I believe like Elena, she took the blame at the end. So I guess that, you know, like she felt like she needed to take the blame because it was her fault about everything that took place. Like her husband said, she was the common denominator of everything that took place. So I'm thinking that at the end, the husband's probably gonna leave her and move on because he was just done with her. He was done with her anyway. He was just sick of her shenanigans and all the problems that she had caused. And then the daughter, and I say the daughter Lexi, the 2 sons. I'm thinking that they just gonna maybe just live the life that they want to live and just be themselves and not try to be, perfect like what their mother intended and wanted, to have this cookie cutter life. And then I'm thinking at the end, I saw Mia. She took the daughter, family, to her biological father and wife at the end. So I'm thinking that the daughter probably ended up staying with them, and Mia went on and just became like this great creator, she was already a great creator and artist, so she just went on and lived her life and no longer, had to run anymore. She was free. Elena's best friend, probably at the end, just gonna be sad probably for the rest of her life because the actual mother kidnapped the baby and took the baby and probably gonna run the road or go back to her country. Mia was able to keep her daughter with her for 15 years and not get caught. So the girl probably thinking she could do the same thing. So the end was like fabulous. Like I loved it. I loved it because it left you with, you could think on both. You can make up your mind what you think is going to happen at the end. It left your mind to be in this big, like, creative thought, massive thoughts of what if or what could or what maybe. I loved it. I freaking love Little Fires. There was one particular part inside of Little Fires that it literally affected me. It affected me so much. Like I watched the whole show, and during the whole entire show, I have never dropped one tear until this freaking moment. This moment in the show, I I ain't only dropped tears. I boo-hoo and I broke down, and I just went into a sadness for like a day and a half, and then finally I talked to my daughter about it, and what happened was me and my daughter didn't watch it at the same time. We did not watch it at the same time. The last part, the last episode, I had watched it, so I was sad. I was sad like a day and a half before my daughter. And I woke up and she was crying, and I was like, what's wrong? She told me she had just got to watching the end. My daughter broke down, and she said, I said, what part caused you to break down, caused you to cry? She was like, it was the same exact part that caused me to just go into a peaceful understanding. And I'm gonna tell you what it did. It opened up a world of floodgates of memories. And I'm apologize if you hear my son snort, make any kind of nasty noise, because he is woke and I can't hear him, but the mic is very, very sensitive. Don't be all sensitive today, like chill the freak out. Child, they open up a floodgate of memories, but also gave me such a understanding and perspective of where me and my mother relationship is. Oh my God, I'm gonna tell you about it. I'm gonna start out with the Kat Von D nude powder. It's real pretty, that right there. When Little Fires first started, right? It was this lady, and she was on the road, and I immediately assumed that her daughter was basically homeless, and they had very little money. I immediately assumed that because I was in that situation where everything was in the car with my children. Everything I owned was in my car, and I lived at rest stops. I lived in Walmart parking lots. Yeah, I said that. I never mentioned it. Probably never said it before. But yes, I lived in the Walmart parking lot with my kids in the car or in the van. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say car and van, because I have been homeless in a car, and I've been homeless in a van as well. Okay, so different times, different years, different situations, I've been homeless, and it reminded me of those moments, and I immediately started thinking about me and my children, what we went through. So I was thinking she was a homeless lady, and her daughter had a newspaper in their hand, and they was trying to find somewhere to live, somewhere to go. Now I did question the fact that they ended up in one of the richest areas that they could live in. I didn't even understand why, if you're homeless in God's name, would you go try to stay in a rich type area and you don't have no job and no money? That's what I was thinking. Like, that's crazy. Like, I would never look for a house or apartment or anything in a very high, rich, wealthy area, knowing that I'm homeless and I have nothing. And her car was old. It was definitely, it wasn't no lemon because it was running, but it wasn't no, it was an old type car. It was hanging on by a thread, okay? Hanging on by a thread. And they went to this town, and they met up with this lady who showed them an apartment. She was a very fancy business type woman, very fancy, wealthy, rich. Met her at their house and to negotiate the price. And the lady that was homeless with her daughter's named Mia, and she had a daughter named Pearl. And Pearl was like, "Mom, I like it. Let's stay." And she was like, "No." She was like, "No, we probably need to look for something cheaper and something smaller." And I was like, "Yeah." So I was thinking maybe she just like looking at, nice houses, because it's like that when you don't have no money. You want to go see the mansions, the mini mansions, the houses, and kind of dream and hope that maybe one day you get to live in something like that. You know what I mean? Especially when you ain't got no money, you think like that. James Charles palette. It's a pretty gold too. The lady negotiated with them and she rented Mia and Pearl their apartment. But Mia had like this nasty, kind of like protective, stanky attitude from the very beginning. I couldn't even understand why. She, like every answer, you know, when you're dealing with different cultures or different people, people say things differently, people answer things differently. The lady asked her what type of work she do. She said she was an artist. The lady assumed that her being an artist means that it was a hobby. She didn't think it was her actual real job of bringing in income. Because you know most artists they work and then they try to sell their work, and then if it sells, then they have an income, right? So a lady assumed it was a hobby. So they said, I didn't get it. What job, where you work at again? She said, I told you I was an artist. And looked at the lady like that. And the lady was like, oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were saying like that's just something you do. Just like, no, that's what I do. Mia caught an attitude and she left the house. I feel like I got something in my eyes. Don't know what it is. Maybe I got like a little eyeshadow dust in there. So Mia started to leave the house. And the lady went running behind her. You know, because she kind of felt guilty. Like maybe she came off wrong. And maybe she insulted her. She didn't mean to insult her. She was just trying to establish basically credibility to rent her house. So Mia just make a deal with her. And she said all she needed was references. She could rent the house. And stuff like that. So, and Mia ended up living in this rich neighborhood with her daughter. Among the wealthy, okay? And Elena, she was like apple pie. Goodness. She took care of her husband, her 4 kids. She had 4 kids. And she worked outside and inside the home. And she had lots and lots of associates and friends. Her life was just perky, perfect. Okay. And all her children were like teenagers, right? And they all went to the same high school. He was just really popular. Then she had another son who was just really smart. And then she had a daughter who just was perfect in everything. Like she was Elena's perfect picture. But then she had one daughter who deliberately went against the force in situations where Elena wanted them to take a family picture. Traditionally dressed, that they dress every holiday in the family picture. She came down dressed, you know, not appropriate. So Elena told her to go change her clothes, go change her shoes. So she changed her clothes, but she never changed her shoes. So when the picture came, the husband cracked up about the picture. And when she looked down at the picture, the mother didn't realize that she had ordered the pictures. And they were supposed to go out to everybody. And she didn't realize that her daughter had on like these sneakers that messed the family picture up in Elena's eyes. Now in my thought, I was thinking, well, yeah, I would have been upset because I told her to change her shoes. But at the same time, the picture's already here and it's too late. Had a photographer come back in and redo the pictures. So I would have just sent them out. But I would have thought like years later this would have been funny. That's all, you know, we would have been able to laugh about it. That's how I would have took it. Now let me tell you how Elena took it. She was so mad. She poured her a glass of wine. She went to her kitchen and she took a little chopper. I used to have one of them in my floors where you take paper in and you put the paper in, you line it up and you cut off, you know, cut the paper in half, different shapes and stuff like that. I used to have one. Child, she went in the kitchen and I'm going to use this brown color inside the NYX right here. She chopped her daughter out the pictures. It was like 100 pictures. She chopped her daughter out the pictures. And she had like a garbage can at the bottom, on the floor. So as she chopped the pictures, I think they either went in the garbage can. Yeah, they went inside the garbage can. She was done. And the husband came in from work and he saw her chopping out the daughter, out the pictures, and he just looked at her, but he didn't say nothing. He didn't say, "Girl, what the freak you doing? What are you doing? You can't just send the pictures out without." The little girl name was Isabella, but fun nickname, everybody called her Izzy. And just to put this in here, Isabel was furious with her mother because through their whole life, all the children had nicknames except for Isabel. Everybody called her Izzy, but the mother would never call her a nickname, a cute name. She just called her Isabel, period. And she would say, "Mom, it's Izzy. Call me Izzy." And that's what she liked to be referred by, Izzy. Like I got my real, I don't like nobody calling me by my name either. I know the names people call me was JP, and I was okay with that. The mother wouldn't call her by her nickname. And the husband said, "You can't just cut Izzy out, and he ain't say nothing like that. He ain't say nothing. He just looked at her with this stank face and went to bed. He ain't say nothing to her. It was like he was scared to even defy her, you know what I'm saying? For him to even have an opinion of her wrongdoing, I felt like a little sadness when I saw her cutting her daughter out, because the first thing I thought about, this show literally make you think about your own life. It literally do. Depends on, what you've been through. I know this show touched me. It touched me in so many ways. I thought about my life when I came to see my mother one day. I was in my tractor trailer truck. And when I got there, she had me big bags, plastic bags. And then she had me all my pictures. And at first I was thinking like, oh my God, look at this picture. Oh my God, this is so cute. Oh my God, these are so nice. And then I realized that in all the pictures that she had me, they were all of me. Some of them I seen before and some of them I didn't see before. They were all of me. But when I looked around the house, my mother had pictures of all my sisters, pictures of her husband, pictures of her younger daughter, like the family. Nobody, the only one that wasn't in none of the pictures were me. And that moment, that's what I thought about. My mother cut me out of the family picture, even though she didn't cut the pictures up. Thank God she gave them to me because I had my pictures. But she no longer wanted none of my pictures in her house, in the family. And it was so crazy because I thought that me and my mother was on good terms at that point, because while I was a truck driver, I was paying her to get my oldest daughter, and then she would have Nadine and Toya like on a weekend. I was paying out like good money for my kids to be taken care of while I was a truck driver. And I thought me and my mother was on good terms because I didn't do anything to her. I didn't say anything wrong to her. I thought everything was okay. She was nice to me. She was excited about getting her money. But then she handed me all my pictures and I was confused. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know. But anyway, that's how that moment kind of related to me and touched me, right? But that's not the moment that had me all the freaking pieces. That's not the moment. So, but that was the establishment of understanding, oh yeah, Izzy and her mama was going to have a triumph relationship. It was going to constantly be a challenge. And later on down in the show, doing something, and she found her pictures in the trash, and she didn't say anything, but you could see the hurt on her face. She was just like fed up with her mother. That night, Elena went up to the room, and she was gonna talk to Izzy, and she was about to knock on the door. As you could see her feet at the bottom edge of the door, and she was sitting up like waiting for her mother to knock on the door, and it looked like she was gonna be like, come in. The way I figured the relationship was so ferocious, figured it was going to go like this. The mother come in and say, hi Izzy, I'm sorry about, the pictures, but I was just so upset with what you did, and I asked you to change your shoes. And Izzy would say, why can't I wear what I want? Why can't I be who I want? Never ever just let me do what I want. I thought Izzy was arguing with her mother in one sense, but in one sense, like, she really wanted her mother to knock on that door and come in the room. But then her mother walked away. She stood there for like a whole minute, and then she walked away. And then when she saw her mother walked away, it was like, in that moment, it was one of those moments where she wanted to defy her mother, but at the same time, she wanted to know, like, she wanted to feel like her mother cared about her. But the mother walked away because when Elena was in that hallway, she was just fed up and tired with the ongoing fighting and friction with her daughter Isabel. So at one point, Elena had a conversation with Mia, and she thought that Mia was homeless, so she was telling Mia that she had a job opening at her house. She needed someone to come work for her, to come do some things like a personal assistant in her house. And immediately Mia was like, what? Be your maid. Be your maid. Come work for you and be your maid. And she was like, no. Just help with some of the things in the house and stuff like that. So Mia was like, nah. So she was just trying to help, but then Elena felt a little guilty about it later on, so she went and talked to her husband about it. And she was telling her husband that she felt like Mia felt insulted, and all she did was tell her she had a job opening at the house, like she's gonna get a job to somebody anyway. And the husband basically was saying, well, you rented out the apartment, a black woman, and she probably took it, as if you wanted her to be a maid. And she's like, but I didn't say it like that. I'm not racist. Like, Elena was always like basically trying to, like, I felt like she was just always trying to do not the right thing, but always trying to be helpful in somewhat way, not just to her husband, her kids, but to her friends and people she knows. She was just always, making suggestions and trying to see what she can do to make things better. But it would conflict with the way that she come off, and people would basically maybe take her the wrong way, or or their perspective of the way that they think was differently. She didn't like rich people because she felt like who do they think they are to think that they felt privilege. Is privilege the right word? I don't know if privilege is the right word. Rich white people just think that they can do and have anything at any time, anyway. Everything had to be their way. Everything is going to go their way. And she just seemed like she had like this strong issue, not just with a person just being white, but the fact that they were rich and wealthy. She had I don't even know if she had a problem with really white people. I think she had a problem with the fact that they were rich. I think that was it. Well, anyway, I can't be running my mouth with this concealer because I have to really blend it in. Because it dried really, really quick. Mia gonna go ahead and get her a job. So she did. She went out there and she got her a job at a restaurant where she worked with a few co-workers. Actually, she met Elena's young son because Elena was having dinner one night with all her children, and she told them that she rented her house. They got new neighbors. Like, go visit them, go by the house and say hello. That's what she told them, to go say hello. So the young son was the first one to take the initiative to go by the house to say hello. And the first person that he met was Pearl. And he was struck in by her beauty at first sight, because Pearl was very beautiful, beautiful young girl. Oh, and just in case I didn't mention it, Mia and Pearl was black, okay? So he met her. And that's why I think watching the show in the beginning, with the friction going on, it's easy to kind of feel like maybe Mia has a problem with white people. You know what I mean? Because she was black, and then Elena was white, and the way she talked, the way she made her faces, the way her lip moved, like when she spoke back to Elena, like she was just like in disgust with her, you know. And she was like in a mean state, like a mean girl, you know, when you're trying to be nice to somebody and they constantly like throwing like mean jabs at you. That's Mia. So I immediately started thinking like, because, you know, I know people don't want to believe this, but, you know, black people are racist too, okay? It ain't just white people that are racist. I think all cultures deal with some type of racism. I don't care who you are. You could be black, white, Asian, Indian, Hispanic. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Latin, you know, French. I think everybody deal with some type of racism, you know. I mean, I deal with it directly, but I just think that it exists. It exists. People are racist no matter what color and culture they are. Not everybody, but it does exist within, okay? I think people can always just, like, even in these terrible times that we going through, people can always have problem with people if they, with their skin, with their sex, with their body shape. They just gonna always find a reason to hate on another person because they're not happy with themselves, or they got some type of issues. They got some type of issues that is just not your issue to take it on. You don't take on nobody else's bull crap, bull-ish. Don't do it. The younger brother invited Pearl to the house or something. They went to school and she hung out with the younger brother, but then she went to the house and she met his older brother. She met his older sister, and I don't think she met the younger sister yet, but she hung out at the house with them and she got along with them. She fit right in with them right away. Elena came home and she saw Pearl in the house and she immediately smiled. She thought, wow, that's nice. I'm glad like she came over. I'm glad she felt comfortable. This is where it all began, right? The real mess. I feel like Elena shouldn't have rent Mia the apartment based on feeling sorry for her, because that's what she did. She didn't really check her credentials. She didn't really like make sure she can afford the apartment. She just didn't want to see the woman be out there homeless with her daughter, because everything they had was in the car. So she rented the apartment based on her kindness, her heart. That's what she did. Because she definitely wasn't desperate for no money. Pearl home one day, and Lord and behold, Mia was up in her window and she saw Pearl get out of Elena's car. It was like, it was just furious. So then, drives over to Elena's house. She sees Elena and she gets out the car and she goes up to Elena, and Elena is on the fence because no matter how hard she tried to be nice to Mia was just soaking in, you know, like sarcasm. So she was on the high defense, and Mia asked her, was the job still available? And she was like, what? Like, me feel like the lowest person on earth, and now you want a job. So then, instead of Elena saying no, the job's not available, she said, okay, sure, and told her to come by so she can explain to her all the stuff she needed her to do, because she always like hosting get-togethers and parties and stuff like that. When Mia got to the house, y'all, so that she could like, figure out all the stuff that she's gonna do and stuff like that, the first thing Elena showed her was like the kitchen. The kitchen was piled up with dishes, and basically Elena wanted someone who was gonna clean and do dishes so that she can like not have to do housework after she come home from working and stuff like that. Mia took one look at the dishes and looked at her and was like, I don't do dishes. And she was like, okay, thinking maybe, the cooking, the this and this and that. And she was like, everything Elena told her that she wanted her to do, it was like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. So then basically Mia told her what she would do for her, which is barely to nothing, but still get paid. Mia took complete control of that whole job. I was like, dang, what the freak? She took complete control of the whole entire job. And then she was telling Mia when she needed her to work. And Mia was like, no, that's not going to be good for me. No, this is not going to be good for me. I'm going to come in on this day, and that day, on days that in Elena's house and Elena not home. Basically, she wasn't trying to really work on Elena's terms or nothing like that. But Elena still gave her the job, but she didn't feel good about it. She didn't feel good about it at all. So Pearl ended up becoming like good friends with the younger brother. Then he liked the Pearl a lot. He liked her a lot, I thought they was gonna end up being in love. But, they wasn't. When Mia first came to get the job from Elena, she saw Isabel. She saw Isabel in her yard, and Isabel was doing something like she was painting some stuff black. She was creating something. She's like a little artist herself, So that's the first thing Mia kind of like connect with her, because she saw her creating something, and Mia went over there and talked to her, and her and Isabel connected. And I knew it was going to be some issues, because Isabel don't get along with her mother, Elena, and she connected with the person that kind of make Elena feel intense, which was Mia. Connected with her, like, period. Connected to her. I knew it was going to be some problems, because a lot of times when your children don't get along with you, they find solace and peace in someone who may not, like you or get along with you. Now, Isabel didn't know Mia, so at that time to really make that assumption, but I'm going to tell you what I assumed that. When I saw that part, I immediately thought about my sister that's next to me. My sister that's next to me do everything in her power, not say anything good about me, not do anything good for me, and never ever just been a good sister to me. And when my daughter ran away, the first person that as years went on, I found out she ran to my sister. My sister took her in and immediately helping my daughter change her life. And my daughter took it as in, maybe my sister was going to be like a mother to her, because I found out years later. I'm going on 50, and I found out when I was 49. No, let me get it right. I think I was 47 when I found out that my sister and my daughter made up this story together to play mama and daughter, to make it look like my sister raised my daughter from a itty bitty baby, and I abandoned my daughter, and and my sister took care of her, and my sister became her mother. And my younger sister told me, she said, they call me Boo Boo. She said, Boo Boo, our sister and your daughter got some weird relationship going on. The relationship is so weird. And I didn't know what my sister was talking about at the time. And then she finally told me, she told me that my sister and my daughter played to friends and family as if my sister raised my daughter and I abandoned my daughter and I was never there for my daughter. And this is the reason why my sister was mad with me. I was completely shocked. I was shocked. I couldn't believe that they would put a story together. And my daughter never ever came to me and told me what was going on. I don't think she ever wanted me to find out. If it wasn't for me being back in contact with my sister and some of my family, I would never found out. And I also found out by another family member too. Like, I got all the details. I couldn't believe. And there was a time where the police was on my sister's way to her house to knock down her door, and my sister was supposed to go to jail for having my daughter all this time that I was searching for her. When my daughter ran away at 15, I was searching for her, looking for her, and my sister in my face, riding around with me in New Jersey, looking for my daughter everywhere. And my daughter was with her the whole entire time. My sister should have went to jail. Wait a minute, is there a time limit? I'm wondering if I could still go to the police now, even after all these years, and make my sister pay for taking my child who was underage and hiding her from me, keeping her out of school. But anyway, okay, what's the part that made me think about my sister when Mia and that girl connected? The girl connected to somebody who definitely did not like her mother. And then I was so confused. I was like, why the freak is Mia going to ask Elena for a job when she hate the freak out of her? Okay, I'm back with my eyelashes. Actually, one eyelash. And I also finished my eyeshadow and topped it off with the glitter from the Magic palette. And basically what I was saying was I was confused about Mia wanting to work for Elena. Obviously had a huge issue with Elena, but I'm using my MAC 7 powder today. When Elena decided to drive Mia's daughter home, that's when, everything sort of took place, because Mia saw that Elena had her daughter and she was upset about it. Elena dropped that girl off. All Mia saw was fire, and that's when she went to that girl's house and applied for a job. And Elena said to her, "Why would you do all the things you did to me, Mia? I thought we were friends. I liked you, Mia." And Mia looked at her and said, "I was never your friend, Elena. I only came to work for you to protect my daughter." So basically, Mia only went to go work for Elena to protect her daughter. She told Elena, "You was always so busy trying to be all in our lives, and the only reason I was working for you was definitely just to protect my daughter." So that was Mia's way of staying one step ahead of Elena. But at the same time, Mia got close to Isabel. At the same time, Mia put little droppings in Isabel's ear, basically giving Isabel the justification for the things she do, the rebelliousness she do. In one sense, in Elena's eyes, it's rebelliousness. In another sense, it could be expression. The way that she expressed herself, she was different from the other kids. Basically, it was more relatable to her because Mia kinda was this understanding mom. Isabel's eyes that she never had. Mia listened to her. Mia understood her. Mia gave her advice. Mia helped her put things in perspective. I'll give you an example. The fact that everyone in her family knew that she was gay, except for her mom. Her father knew she was gay. Her little brother knew well, not her little brother, but the brother that's next to the oldest knew she was gay. The older brother knew she was gay. This older sister knew she was gay. The only one didn't know was Elena. Elena refused to open her eyes and see it. Now this is the crazy part. Besides the fact that my neighbors let the freaking dog in and just run through the house like he outside. Everybody knew in Elena's house that Isabel was gay, but Elena is the only one that didn't know she was gay. And see, Mia picked up on it, and Mia was the one there for her. I think Mia understood her because of all the adversities that the daughter was going through. Because Mia fell in love with an older woman. Mia was just 18. This teacher was her art teacher, her mentor, and she started inviting Mia out to like art galleries, out to her house, out to parties and things like that. And Mia and her start to becoming close. She took a lot of interest in Mia, and her and Mia became really close friends, and eventually they became lovers. Mia said that her lover name was Gloria. Elena's daughter loved Mia as if Mia was her mother. And that became a huge issue between her and Elena. So throughout the season, Isabel became very defiant against her mother, and Elena felt like Isabel was just causing her so many problems and so much stress because she was so not like the other children. She was so different than the other children in every way. This is the part I'm going to talk about. This is the part that had me in tears. I'm not going to tell y'all the whole story. I'm not going to spoil it for y'all. But I am going to tell you about the part that had me really sad. It had me sad for a day and a half and thinking. When it got to the very end of the show, Mia was fed up. Elena was fed up with Mia. She was through with all of the stuff that Mia has caused. And I'm going to narrow down some of the stuff that Mia did to Elena. And that's where Elena's mindset was. She felt like Mia turned her daughter against her. Mia caused her best friend to lose her daughter in court. She brought Mia in her house and Mia betrayed her. Mia told Elena that her oldest daughter was at her house and broke the news to her that her oldest daughter had an abortion and didn't tell her. She went to Mia's house and she used Mia's daughter's name. Elena threw it up in Mia's face that her daughter had gotten an abortion and that Mia was not a good mother for her, allowing her daughter to basically get pregnant and have an abortion. And somehow or another, I guess Pearl was supposed to be pregnant by the younger brother, but Elena didn't even know that Pearl was actually pregnant by the oldest brother, which is named Trip. And that's when Mia, it was terrible when Mia threw it up in Elena's face about her daughter being the one pregnant and using Pearl's name to get the abortion. The moment that Lexi showed up at Mia's house, Mia should have took her home and told her mother that she had an abortion, or said, nope, you can't come in here. You need to go home as soon as she showed up at her house. And you need to tell your mother. But Mia didn't want nothing to do with Elena. She was mad with Elena because Elena did some things that she felt was wrong too. Both of them was equally wrong. Both of them was tick for tack, equally wrong to each other. They were just like eye for eye. I'ma get you. I'ma get you. I'ma get you. I'ma get you. Justifying their bad behavior that both of them had caused. Both women were equally terrible to each other in the show. But the show, it was actually fabulous. The show was good. it was fire. But the fighting, the cat fighting and getting each other back, it was each his own. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. The only thing they didn't do that I was shocked about is that they didn't lay on the ground and beat each other up. That's the only thing they didn't do. I'm looking at my neighbor, they're taking out their trash. They're going to take my trash out today. I know my neighbor's waiting on me to complain. I ain't going to complain. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move. Or I'm going to take my apartment complex to they move 2 dogs on top of me. And they know they move like 5 people on top of me. And I feel like it's in there purposely trying to make me uncomfortable. People do stuff on purpose. This is the crazy part. Everybody knew in Elena's house that Isabel was gay, but Elena is the only one that didn't know she was gay. And see, Mia picked up on it, and Mia was the one there for her. It was just like got too much for Elena, and she couldn't take it. And when she had left for Mia's house one night, telling Mia, I want you out. I want you the freak out. I want you out by morning. First, it was by the end of the month. But when Mia told her if she was not so busy being in her business, like for instance, she went to Mia's parents' house to find out some dirt on Mia. Pearl was a stolen baby. Oh my God. Mia took that baby. She was supposed to be a surrogate mother, and these people paid her to have their child. And Mia ended up, because of all of the situations, circumstances, her brother had died, whatever. She decided to keep their baby and to keep the money, and she left. She told them she was going to give it back, but at the end of the show, Pearl was upset with her mother because her and Mia had been homeless most of their lives, going house to house. She never had her own bedroom, sleeping on the floors the whole entire time. Mia had $500,000. Let me say that again. Not $1,500, not $500, not $5,000. $5,000 I would have been like, we rich. No, it was $500,000 in the bank. The whole entire time she had her daughter. And then she let her daughter live the poorest way possible. And then she walk around here with a chip on her shoulder, mad at rich, wealthy white people. Walking around here with a chip on her shoulder, mad at wealthy, rich, white people, trying to justify her bad behavior. And she got $5,000 in the bank. She never told her daughter about it. And then when she finally decided to spend $30,000, she gave it to a lady that she worked with. But I ain't trying to tell y'all about the show. I'm not telling y'all about the show. She gave it to the lady that worked at the restaurant to fight for the baby, because the lady, the Chinese lady, left her baby out in the cold overnight, and the baby got frostbitten, and the fire department gave the baby to the police. And Elena's best friend adopted the baby. They had the baby for like a year and a half. And Mia was at the house with Elena doing some work, like for a baby shower, for the baby's birthday, something like that. And Mia saw the baby. The Chinese girl told Mia she had not seen her baby for like a year and a half, and that the baby had like a red dot in her head, and she was her baby, but she didn't go look for her. But she did go look for the baby the next day after she left the baby. But the fire department said the baby was gone, and they didn't know where the baby was. So Mia asked her, why didn't you go to the police? She said because she was illegal and they would have sent her back to her country. So Mia, at the party where Elena supposed to be doing her job, she saw the baby and she looked. And she went right up the stairs in the best friend's house to investigate the baby. The baby had the red dot in her head. Mia holding the baby holding her, telling the baby, your mommy miss you, playing with the baby, all happy. Mia real happy. So then they found Mia in the bedroom, and they asked her, what you doing in here? She walking through the people's house right to the baby's bedroom. Like, that's some scary, Jane. That's some scary stuff. Scary. Told the Chinese lady that worked with her, I found your baby. These rich white people got your baby. You gotta get your baby back. She said, I can't. I'm illegal. I don't have no money. Said, no, Mia. I don't have no money. I don't know how to fight. I can't fight them. And Mia said, no. You gotta fight them. You gotta get your baby back. They think they could take everything, take whatever they want, do whatever they want. I got the money for a lawyer, a Chinese man representing the Chinese woman. Elena's friend's lawyer was Elena's husband. Oh my God. And all of the illegal things that Elena did to help her friend is why I believe at the end of the show why her husband was done with her. Just because your husband is a lawyer does not mean you can go around doing illegal stuff and then you're gonna have to pay for it. Eventually you're gonna have to pay the piper. Like I said, girl, I'm not gonna tell you about the show. I can't stand when people spoil a good show. I hate that. Oh my God. Mia told her, you were so busy being in my life that you didn't even realize that your freaking perfect daughter had an abortion. And we ain't gonna talk about the daughter. The daughter's funny though. The part when she was in the McDonald's line and she told them she wanted a burger with no meat and she couldn't get what she wanted. It was the same scenario that I experienced when I was in the Burger King line some time ago, trying to get a sandwich, a bun with no meat. I went through the same situation. The only difference is the girl, she said, which is Lexi, the reason why she will always be working in a place like that is because she didn't go to college. What? I was like, oh my God, no she didn't. Oh my God. That's exactly what she said. Child, this little girl always had something to say about people. She tried to say she wasn't racist because she was dating a black guy. She was always doing things where she could use a black person to get what she want so she could get further in life. She ain't racist. She ain't racist. That's what she said. She couldn't have been racist. She was dating a black boy. I'm gonna tell you something. There's somebody out there right now dating somebody of a different race, and they're racist. But anyway, that's when Elena told Mia, you know what? Don't worry about the end of the month. I want you out for the money. She left, child, and when she got home, oh my God, she was upset with Isabel because she found Isabel's shoes in the garbage. Elena told Isabel she was going to take the shoes back because she didn't want them. Instead of Isabel giving them to Elena, child, she put them in the trash. And Elena told her, I was going to return them shoes. Why did you put them in the trash? Izzy said, isn't that what we do? When we don't want something, we put it in the trash. Izzy was referring to the fact that her mother threw the pictures in the trash, so that indicated that her mother didn't want her. Next night, Izzy was in her room, and she looked out the window, and she saw Mia and Pearl with the car fully packed. They returned the key, and they were leaving. They were leaving town. They were jumping a horse. They were out of there. Isabel was screaming, no, no, no. She tried to catch Mia. She ran outside. She tried to catch her, but they had already pulled off. Poor Izzy. She was in a million pieces because she loved Mia. She loved Mia. Isabel grabbed all her curtains and she put it in the middle of the room. She was about to set the whole freaking house on fire. Izzy's sister Lexi saw her and she grabbed her. She said, stop it, you can't burn down the house, you can't. And then the little brother came inside the room was just held back in life because of Isabel. Boy, Isabel grew up and got older, and Elena, she was just causing so many problems, doing terrible things, causing so much mischief. So when Lena had got home the night before and she saw the shoes in the trash, she was already so upset about that. She walked in the room and saw that she was trying to set the house on fire. Elena just had it. She was just dumb. And the little girl had been starting little fires ever since she was a little girl. Kids was trying their best to stop Izzy from setting a fire. Elena walked in and grabbed her. You need help. You need therapy. And Izzy said, you made Mia and Pearl leave. You made Mia leave. She was more of a mother than you ever was. She was the only one that understand me. I just wanted her to be my mother. Elena told her, I never wanted you in the first place. She screamed at the top of her lungs and told her she never ever wanted to be her mother. She never ever wanted to have her in the game. Told Isabel that she never ever wanted her. She never ever wanted to be her mother. She never ever wanted to have her. So at that moment that Elena said that she never wanted her daughter, all the kids were just shocked beyond belief. And Isabel got her jacket and she left. She basically left. And the kids were telling Elena to go behind her. She's leaving. And the boy, the younger brother, told Izzy, don't leave me, please. And she said, I gotta go. Because she realized that her mother didn't want her. Her mother didn't want her in the family. She left, and all the kids were hysterical. And Elena, she just went back to the bed, and she just went and covered her ears and her head. She was going through so much anxiety, laying in the bed, so much trauma. And she didn't go after Isabel. That was the moment that hit me. It hit me like a bolt up like that. Now, I'm not going to tell y'all about the story. Like I done told you some things, but I have left out some things. Even left out the best parts of the show, the TV series. It is so freaking good. Or that literally helped me. Like went back like a movie. Back from the time I was a child. When I was young, 16 years old, and I was homeless. I had been walking for hours in the cold and snow with a newborn baby. And I went looking for my mother. I went to one address and she wasn't there. Went to another address, she wasn't there. And somebody finally told me where my mother was staying at. So I had no idea, what it was going to look like, where it was going to be. But I walked for hours and I made it to my mother's house. And I was so cold, I couldn't feel my nose, my hands, my feet, nothing. And I knocked on her door. And I'm not going to get into, all the details. Long story short, my mother didn't let me in. She took in my child. He was in the cold with the door downstairs open with ice and snow on the floor up and down the stairs. But it took me forever to find my mother. It took me back to that memory times that I wanted to find a way to make amends for my mother. I wanted to be a blessing to my mother. Every time I had money, I wanted to share, From the time I was 17, looking for my mother. I could never find her to call around family house. I would have to call family, one of my sisters, different people numbers at different times, different situations. And I'm calling them. And they would say, oh my God, I hate football. And I would say, hey, I'm in such and such a location. I went to mommy's old address, but she's not there. We said, oh yeah, mommy moved. Single time. Not once a year, sometimes twice a year. Like when I go see her, she will move, right? It never dawned on me. It never hit me. Why every time I come to New Jersey to come find my mom, to come visit my mom, I didn't know where she lived there. How come I always had to go through other people and beg them to give me my mother's address? And I used to perceived it as love. My daughter told me I could do what I want, and me and her would never, ever basically be friends, mom and daughter. We'll never be nothing. She told me I can try, I could do what I want. And I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting my daughter saying, yeah, mom. Yeah, mom, let's try, let's work on our relationship. I was expecting her to say that. She had just got through telling me that I never did anything to her. As a matter of fact, I did too much. But I realized in that moment that Elena told her daughter that she never wanted her. It hit me like a ton of bricks. The reason why my mother has never tried, never said I love you, never said, let's have a relationship, I miss you, I need you in my life, I want you in my life. The reason why my mother has never done any of those things towards me, because the real truth is, the hard truth is that a lot of us don't want to believe. Nobody wants to face the real truth. That the reason why, not all of us, but there's some of us, and I'm one of those people. The reason why we don't want to see the real truth when it comes to our parents, not trying with us, not trying to have a relationship. My mother has never met me that way. She has never met me. My mother never wanted me. She never wanted me. And I don't know why. It never came in my mind. I felt like my whole life, my mom excluded me from everything. I was never a part of anything. My mother never tried to make me a part of her family ever. And then I thought about my life. If she would have told me a long time ago that no matter how hard you try, no matter who you become, no matter what you achieve, no matter how beautiful you are, I never wanted you. I don't want you. I don't want you around my family. I don't want you around my friends. I don't want you in my life. I would have went a different way. I would have never returned. I would have returned over and over and over again. And every single time, even more devastated, more hurt than before, I kept trying, thinking it was something I could finally do, and then I'll finally be a part of my mother's life. Then I started thinking about all the things that happened to me. The reason why it was easy for her to do some of the things she did to me was because she didn't want me in her life. She caused trauma towards me. And the reason why she let other people hurt me, because she didn't care for me. She didn't connect to me. She didn't commit herself as a mother to me. She didn't commit herself to me. And watch a little fire. In that one moment, I realized that all of the things that I ever done to try to get close to my mom, if I knew the truth. But imagine that. Imagine that. You can't write. You just can't.
Testing 1 2 1 2. It's been a long day. You just wanna go away. You can't sleep at night, and now I'm here. I can't promise tomorrow, but you're gonna feel out today. We can tangle it away. Now I'm here.